Hey guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Ifnaya, and on this channel, I share tips on career and lifestyle, on literature, hopefully very soon. If this is your first time, kindly subscribe. You're welcome to the family of people that do exploits, man. Q1 started with fast. It was a jump. Everybody wanted to have something to achieve, have something to do. And I don't know, like, how far? How far have you gone? What have you done? And also, this video is about goal setting. And that's because there's a lot of junk, a lot of trash, a lot of helpful rubbish. It's so verbose about goal setting. It doesn't really help anyone. In fact, what it does is that it helps you get into depression because you put a long list of things to do and you end up not achieving them, right? So there are things that we usually skip when we goal set or stuff, when it's a personal goal setting most times, right? So in this video I'm going to be talking about what's wrong with what is popular in goal setting and how to fix that. Okay, disclaimer before we go deep into this, right? You don't have to be making a dramatic life change at every point to know that you're making progress. So this is not an attack on you. However, there are some things that you should always check against to know if where you are is not where you're supposed to be at every point in time. Number one, you have to do the complacency versus contentment test. Yes, we're very Christian here, so I know godliness with contentment is great gain, but there's a very big difference between complacency and contentment. Contentment has to deal with a feeling of happiness, of gratitude, of satisfaction in God's will, and in the effort or in the achievements that you've made, right? Whereas complacency, on the other hand, is a type of self satisfaction. Self, the big word there, self satisfaction. That means you do not consider the need of others, which is what usually spurs value creation, right? And that is a very Christian thing, number one. And then also, you are not particular about growth and discipline, which are very unchristian traits. So, next time you're sitting in a place and you're not doing what you should be doing, and somebody or you yourself, you are saying you're maxing it as contentment, Baba, you're lying to yourself. Get up, you're complacent. Number two check that you have to do is to know whether your horse is dead. Because there's a popular quote that says, if the horse is dead, get off. Get off the dead horse. That means there are processes, there are things, there are actions, there are methods that maybe you've been using and you are hammering at a place and it's not producing any results. You're supposed to ditch that and find something new to do. And also, finally, you also have to always keep in mind, keep in sight your overall overarching sense of purpose. It has to always be in sight at every point of time. And when you have done all this and you realize perchance that what your problem is that you're complacent, let's now do goal setting. So if your goal setting method is bad, you would have known over time, right? So because you can't have one good result and then it takes you 2 more years to have another good result. So that means, because that already means that your graph of achievement or attainment is inconsistent, something is off. But peradventure you don't know, these are some things you can check. So if it's not smart, by smart is a very popular concept. So we mean, is it specific? That means, can you point out? It's not ambiguous. You can't say, oh, I want to be a big doctor in 10 years. Okay, that's very ambiguous. So you have to break it down to, what do I want to do? When do I want to do it? And all. So that's why we always look at the SMART concept. So is it a specific goal? I want to walk 10 kilometers this week, or I want to walk 10,000 steps a day. That's very specific. And I think I have the time, right? And you can measure it. You can probably wear a smartwatch and measure how many steps you've taken and all. So you have to make sure your goal is specific, is smart, is attainable. It's not something you cannot do. You go and put it. You don't have any means. Like if you start plotting your life, you go and say, oh, next tomorrow now, like me waking up tomorrow and say I want to be the president of Nigeria. How? You would ask me how, because I mean I don't even have a ticket, and I don't even belong to any party at this time. So that's one of those things. And then another thing is it relevant? And by relevant I mean we're always talking about how we have the overarching career plan. So I can't say I want to be a doctor and then spending all my time in in what's that now? Maybe in the parliament or something. It doesn't make sense. And then it has to be time bound. If it's not time bound, then you could just be wishing and maybe someone will come and grant your wish like Superman, Clark Kent. All right. So then if it's not smart, another thing is that you do not track those goals, right? So it's very common. We set goals in beginning of the year and nobody follows up. So how would you achieve it? But then you will not be working for a Zenith bank that Q1 they will have goals. You are helping them to achieve it. You give everybody KPIs, and after they are having a general meeting to check. Oh, almost every week, their leadership team is probably having general meetings to say, oh, how far we've progressed. Do we need to do this? You get the point. So when it comes to people, we don't treat ourselves as important as the people we used to work for. So I mean, you get the point. Sure. So I move on. Then another thing is that you have a limited view, which is one of the things that I really want to achieve or with this video, right? So now this is the concept of goal setting that I have come up with and that I'll be sharing a template for, but that's my next video. So, but in this video, I will be explaining it. So this is a decision tree plus the SMART model, because I feel like what the SMART model of goal setting misses out is that people don't know the nitty-gritties of the goals that they set. They also don't look at all the possible avenues, right? So that's the big problem with the SMART, in my own perspective. And if you buy it, good for you. Okay, so what is a decision tree? A decision tree is a model that management consultants use to solve problems. And I learned how to use decision trees in my short stint in management consulting. So a decision tree, think of it, it's a graphical representation of problems and solutions and results. So if you have a problem, you propose different solutions and the results that each of those solutions can bring. That's when you're doing your brainstorming, right? So you could think of it, it's graphical, but you can also think of it as your typical tree. So that means that you have a trunk, which is the big problem, which is the big question, which is the big goal that you want to achieve. Oh, I want to be able to do an MBA in this time. Okay, the trunks will now be, what are the different parts? Okay, do I need a scholarship part? Do I need a self-funded part? Do I need an online learning part? Do I need a physical learning part? Do I need to do it in Nigeria? Do I need to do it in the UK? So you have to have, those are the different branches. If you look at a good tree, a tree that is healthy, it has lots of branches, and that's what the decision tree helps you. So you're looking at a part. Okay, if you want a fully funded part, okay, what are the available ones? So you're seeing a big branch breaks up into smaller branches. So maybe I'm looking at a chimney, right? Or maybe there's a fund that the school is giving. Okay, if I'm going the part of the fund that the school is giving, what do I need to have? Do I need to have a GMAT? That's a smaller branch. Okay, if I'm going to do a GMAT, how can I do it? Do I need to get funding? Do I need to learn? Okay, I'm going to do a GMAT. Probably I have the money. So that means the next thing that will be important for me is to study. Okay, so maybe I work a 9 to 5. How do I do the study thing? Okay, I need to study 3 hours. Or 4 hours in a week for the GMAT, and then maybe I have to do mock tests. So I'm branching it out now, right? And then the results, which are the leaves. Now the results are the leaves. The results of this is that I get a GMAT and it connects, because you're seeing that my bigger branches were the ones that were breaking down. So that means my MBA fully funded part, first option, which is the school or so, right? The school, then I'm getting a GMA that I need and the study for it and all. So those are the different branches to achieve that result. So when I see these different scenarios, right, I can also have a self-funded part, which is another big branch where I have the money, or maybe I don't have the money yet and I can make it up in 2 years of full-time working. And I say, okay, work for 2 years, this is this, get the money and go. And maybe I don't even need a GMAT for that. Or I can say, oh, do it in Lagos Business School, and maybe somebody can help me get some money. Maybe is it 4 million now? I don't know, or 6 million. I'm not sure. And then I find a part to that. What do I need? Apply, do this, get some references. I'm seeing everything that I need to do. Now, this is where I connect it to your SMART goals. You're seeing all those breakdowns because that's what we usually miss when we do SMART goal setting. You can say, oh, I want an MBA by 20, what's next year now? 2026. And I do not do all these breakdowns. That means I don't have the full picture. I can just say, oh, I want an MBA. How? What am I going to do? And you think maybe all that you need to do is apply to schools. But that's not all. But when you break it down into these different steps, you're seeing that if you're taking a self-funded part, you have to start seeking, oh, get this money by this time. How do I get the money? Is it your salary? Is it your investment? Is it family and friends? You put all of that. And then, oh, what's the next thing? Get the admission in the school by maybe the school needs recommendations, get recommendation, professional recommendations from this ABC. You put it down on your goal board. As you're doing it, you're ticking those things off. So you're seeing how your goals are coming off. So you want to get the references by May 15th. You need to follow up with those people. Now it's time bound. And obviously, your references are 1, 2, 3. It's measurable, it's specific, it's achievable because probably you're working in industries, you've had various managers along the way. So that is how you're seeing the goals. It's now being broken down, and you can put timestamps to everyone that you need to come back to your trunk, which is your MBA. So you're working back from the leaves that you've chosen to the small branches. I'll be the smallest branches, the smaller ones, the small ones, and the big ones, and all. And you walk back to the trunk, which is, yeah, the main goal that you have. And then another thing, I think maybe I would also have to give a template for that, is the 12-week model. That's separate, so that's a bonus here. So the 12-week model is where you're not lumping goals like, oh, I want this, and you're not thinking that you're a human being. You don't know that you're a human being. You have a lot of things going on, and you think you can achieve all of that. You have to think, even businesses with all the resources, with every human capital and everything that's working for them, they break their goals into quarters, and you think you have more sense than your employers. So the 12-week model is just like a quarter model. Like it's just like a quarter model where you break your goals and okay, this is what so this is something that I personally do. I can say, oh, I want to reach a French score. You know, if you use Duolingo, you know they do scores. I can say, okay, maybe I'm 17 now, and I say I want to reach 20 by April, and then okay, how do I attain it? Then that means I have to do 15 minutes of Duolingo every day. That's achievable for me. I don't know for you, but it's achievable for me. So I know I can do it. So I put that, and then my how do I measure it? My French score, is it attainable for me? Very practical because I have time. And what those times I scroll on social media, I can do Duolingo for just 15 minutes. It is not too much, right? So I can put those small buckets of goals. They look small then, but like this big one that we've decided now, you can choose some of your small leaves. GMAT in this month, read for GMAT in this month, get the money in this month. So you break them down. So by quarter one, you would have done your financial part. By quarter two, you would have done the GMAT part. Or you can do both the financial and even the reference part, and you can do the GMAT and the admission part in the next quarter. Like that, you're seeing that you're on your way to attaining results, you're on your way to um, zero tolerance for complacency, and your way to effectiveness, you're on your way to attaining your goals timely, and you're good to go. Okay, all right. So before I let you go, something that you need to do for me. So that's just that you need to subscribe. Have I not tried? Subscribe. I've been trying. I've been trying. It to help me reach my goal. So subscribe to this channel, share to somebody. Share to somebody. I'm pretty sure you found something valuable in this video, and there's somebody that needs it, that you know, somebody that's connected to you. Share it on your timelines. Thank you so much for watching.